Hi, welcome back to my channel. So as you can probably tell by the title of this video, which I don't know what it is as I'm sitting here, but I can only assume it's gonna be dramatic as fuck. This is a personal video. You guys know over the years, if you follow me, you know that I sprinkle in personal videos amongst the videos, obviously, about the issues and commentary and whatever, because I feel like it helps you guys get to know me better. And one of the things that I actually really love about my audience is they really know me. And I know a lot of people that do similar things to what I do, like political, social commentary, this type of channel, like their audience doesn't really know anything about them, just their opinions. And that's not very fun. Like I like being me on here too, not just a talking head, if that makes sense. So we're just gonna go head first. Today we're talking about my childhood, which I don't know what people think or don't think about the way I grew up maybe, but I wanted to talk about being the only person in my immediate family who was not addicted to drugs. And this is going to be something that's probably gonna piss off my family. I don't know, I'm probably gonna get some texts and calls, but I feel like this is my story to tell. I grew up in an addict's home as a child. I wanna say first and foremost though, this is not a sob story at all. My life is awesome. I love my life. However, I think there's a real conversation to be had about addiction and the impact on kids and the impact of living amongst addicts when you are not one. And about not being a victim of the circumstances for which you're born. I was not born into a happy household. I was not born into peace and tranquility. I was not born into a family that was going to springboard me into success. I was born into a lot of turmoil. But it's all about your choices as an individual that you can get out of it. So I have one brother who I probably never even talked about. I have a mom, and then I had a dad who passed away when I was 19. But one of the reasons for his passing had to do with pain pills, which I'll get into that. My mom was an alcoholic, and I grew up with her in and out of like alcoholics meetings and just exhibiting behavior that I remember as a child being really, I questioned, and I found myself feeling like the parent sometimes, and found myself feeling like more sane than her, but also feeling like I'm crazy because why am I watching my mom make these bad decisions that I, as like an 8-year-old, know are bad decisions? And now that I know that she was an addict, that makes sense, you know, now that we've had those conversations. My brother was involved in a lot of gang violence, which people probably definitely don't guess is like part of my upbringing or my childhood, but I was, you know, I was sheltered from a lot of it, but I was no stranger to violence growing up. My brother is the one that I believe to this day is still on drugs. I'm estranged from him because I feel as though as you get older, you have a right to protect your peace. You have a right to separate yourselves from individuals that are toxic, and that may be because of a personality trait or an addiction or a drug they're on. It can be any of those things. For me, it was a lot of things, but I choose to not be around anyone who does drugs. Like, it's just that simple. Because I witnessed it my entire life growing up, I don't choose to be around it. But you know what's not depressing and really hard to segue into? The sponsor of today's video, Scentbird. Scentbird is a prescription fragrance service. You guys know Scentbird has sponsored a lot of my videos, and I stand by them so hard. Their products are amazing. This holiday season, are you looking for a gift that just keeps on giving all year round? Consider gifting Scentbird to someone, or getting it for yourself. Let the person you're giving this gift to or yourself pick out a new designer fragrance every single month. Every month you get to pick what fragrances you want to receive, so there's never any surprises. They have perfumes, colognes, unisex options, they have high-end fragrances, they have more economical fragrances. They all come in these travel-friendly little compartments, which are literally amazing for travel or for just putting in your purse, going on the airplane. Girl, I have one in my purse, I have one in my car, and one right here for when I'm filming YouTube videos. They have gift sets if that's more the speed for who you're buying for. They have Gucci, Dolce & Gabbana, they have everything. So with Scentbird, you get a good amount of high-end fragrances for just $16 before you commit to getting the full bottle. And with my code, it'll only be, smells so good, $11 for the first month. That's dirt cheap. This month, I personally received Prada Candy Glass, my favorite, Mary Jean Jasmine Patchouli, and Michael Germain Sugarful Dream. So check out Scentbird in the link below and use my code for 30% off. Have fun. The thing about people who are on drugs is they steal. So my brother, I remember I had this digital camera when I was like 12. This is actually such a crazy full story thing. When I was like 12, YouTube was like just coming out. It was like a year or two old, and I remember being like, I want to be a YouTuber. So I literally saved up all my money to buy this like crappy little digital camera from Walmart. And I was so proud of this camera. I had so many like big dreams of being a YouTuber when I was 12. And he stole it. He stole it to get drug money. So that's just one thing you deal with when you're growing up with drug addicts in your family, is they steal from you all the time. He stole like a Nintendo Wii from me, digital camera, like anything to sell money for drugs, basically. So that was gross. And then my mom, I did do a video with her on my second channel, so you guys have seen a little bit of her. My mom has a bit of a not so clear memory of it because she wasn't sober, and because I don't think any mom wants to really believe they put their kids through something bad, so I think she tries to deny a lot of it, but it was pretty bad. But I know that her main thing was alcoholism, and it was something that stemmed from like her trauma as a kid, and she has a lot of, you know, things that she's dealt with in her life. My mom was always very accepting of me being different and being who I am, right? Like, we don't have to go into all the things that make me different. It's written on my forehead. So that was something that was very positive, and I feel so lucky that she was that for me. To this day, like, I feel like my life would have turned out much differently if I didn't have her just being accepting of the fact that I was feminine and different, and there was clearly something blossoming inside of me, in which we all know now as me being trans. Well, clearly if you're really trans, that sort of thing starts kind of peaking its head when you're very, very young. I'm like 3-4 years old, and it just kind of escalates. So she always knew I was different, and she never made me feel bad about it, and she always defended me. So I want to give her kudos for that, but I also want to say there was just a lot of things that I felt like wasn't right for me to be exposed to as a kid, that looking back with, you know, the eyes of an adult, I can see were because she was not sober. And then with my dad has passed away, so he's obviously not here to defend himself or to refute anything I say, so I'm gonna keep it brief. But one of the reasons he died of cancer when I was 19, and one of the reasons I believe the symptoms of the cancer were masked by the fact that he was coming off of an extremely severe pain pill addiction. My dad had a lot of back problems in his life. He had a lot of surgeries, a lot of pain pills were prescribed to him. If you know anything about back pain, it is the worst pain. At the exact same time that he had gotten cancer, he was coming off of his pain pill addiction. He decided at the very end of his life to cut the pain pills cold turkey. He is not messing with them anymore, which is a very hard thing to do, but he did it. But one of the things about going cold turkey off of these pain pills that he was on forever is he started throwing up like crazy. He started losing a bunch of weight that he thought was from that. So I feel that it masked the symptoms of the cancer, which led him to never go to the doctor. So he didn't know he had cancer until the very last second. So in my opinion, drugs killed my dad as well. Not like through an overdose or through maybe a typical means that drugs may kill someone, but it masked his cancer symptoms. Growing up and all that, like, what does that do to someone growing up in that, right? So for me, I feel as though, and again, because this isn't a sob story, I feel as though I learned all the things to not do in life, right? Like, there's a lot of statistics on kids who are raised in these environments, and a lot of them are doomed to repeat the, you know, cycle of their family. That's all they know. A lot of the times people are raised in environments where drugs are like the main economy of their neighborhood, of their town. It's all they know. And a lot of people, when you're born into that, you stay in that. But it is my personal belief that no one chooses your destiny but you. Not your parents, not your family, not the circumstances of your birth. You decide. So I decided at a very young age, I was never gonna touch a drug. I was never gonna go down the same path as the people around me, my family around me, and I was never going to make the wrong decisions they had all made. It's also why I've been very aware that addiction is often genetic. It's something that's passed down. And so I believe that I do have that predisposition to addiction if I don't control myself around substances like alcohol. I feel like it's all about moderation. It's all about making the right decisions. And that's, again, something I learned from seeing it done the wrong way. You don't have to be a victim of the circumstances of your birth and your home life. That's the difference. It's about what you do with that experience and about how you let it shape your life in a positive way. I know there's like young people that follow me, a lot of young people who follow me, who are living in households where they can't control what's around them necessarily. Just know that it's not forever, and you can absolutely learn from the wrong things happening around you, and you can make your life something better, and you can break the cycle, and you can have kids, and you can do things in a way that is good and healthy and normal and positive, and that you don't have to repeat the mistakes of your family. And then my message to anyone out there who is an addict and is raising kids and is maybe, just know that kids always can tell, and even if they can't tell in the moment, they're gonna look back later on in life and they're gonna put 2 and 2 together about certain things that are happening. And I do encourage you to get your together. I really do, because you don't want it to be something that affects your relationship with them, affects their upbringing, or God forbid, puts them on a path towards they're repeating and they're addicts now. So I can't wait to see the comments on this video. Definitely let me know what you think. Tell me your stories. I'll be in the comment section reading them. Subscribe to this channel as well as my second channel, Blaire Black. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys. And one last shout out to today's sponsor, Scentbird, and a reminder to use my code for 30% off your first month at Scentbird. It means a lot when you guys support the brands that support me, and Scentbird is definitely one that I stand by. So go check them out.